right, man. I'm rolling whenever you're ready.
Cool, man. Johnny Taquitos, back in the saddle. Trotting. What I'm talking about. How do you like my shirt? My friend Akil got this for me.
That's dope.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
I like that. Shout out to all the members. I want to double down on what we do here, which is educate, entertain, and provide the best possible cigars available. And so we're sitting here in a room full of a few million cigars stored in coolers. Why would we store them in coolers? That's so silly. It's not. It's actually the best way to store cigars. Airtight, two-way humidification. Let them rest at least 6 months, and you will have a much better product. I promise. Part of what we do here at Privada Cigar Club is post-production aging, and that's where our magic happens. And that's why you can't find these products anywhere else. And so, speaking of that, let's get right into the Rare Club, because this is what made Privada what it is. And I just, this month, it's November, right? We're doing all the Thanksgiving stuff in the LCA. And for the club, I wanted to do something that felt hearty, heartwarming, just something. This is some of the best smoking weather you're going to get. And Campbell's soup kept coming up in my mind as, like kind of nourishing, right? And so we did a series of, see that? Yep. So we did a series of Campbell's soup cans, and I'm really happy about it. And whenever we get to do these themes where there's a Connecticut, a Habano, and a Maduro, this is a big learning opportunity for us, okay? And so, first of all, we're going to start out with a cigar that is kind of what Privada Cigar Club is built upon, rare aged premium. And with that being said, we have the Black Gold Maduro can. It's from the Mombacho factory. That factory is no longer in existence. This cigar was aged 8 years. They were waiting for some special release. And unfortunately, because of lawsuits between them and Aganorsa, that never really happened. Mombacho ended up having to change their name to Favilli, and then from Favilli, they quickly went out of business after that. There was a guy who helped them run that company named Jared, and he is a gem of a person. He's someone who I hope to work with formally at some point. I've been thinking about opportunities and ways we can work together, and I think he's a big add value to this industry. But he was able to, on his way out, get me this from their aging room. And it is just a fantastic broadleaf cigar with a pigtail cap. I put it on my Instagram page the other day and people freaked out. And it's got almost more age than most cigars we've ever had in our club. And so most of that age happened at the factory. I think I got them about 2 years ago. And so they've been aging here for 2 years. So really just a special cigar. It's got almost 8 years of age on it at this point. So I'm really proud to be able to offer that also with American broadleaf during a time when broadleaf was really, really hard to get. Still is to some degree. Binders and fillers are Costa Rican and Nicaraguan. Really just a fantastic cigar. I got a lot of notes of molasses and leather, warm brown sugar, baked apple, chocolate. This is a banger of a cigar, and it's got quite the story, and that's what makes a cigar a Privada cigar. So, moving on, I have something else that's aged really well. This is aged 5 years. This is around the beginning of the relationship between AJ and I. I had asked him to make me a Connecticut Robusto. I was going to name it after Space Jam. This was like the precursor to Subterraneo. And this was going to be the duck, I think, or the female on the team, or so. I forget what it was, but it was like the softer character. And so he actually brought it to my house. I was shocked. One day he called me from Miami. He was like, "I'm coming to Orlando." I got him these great hotel rooms. They had put, the AC hotel downtown. It's all glass. Yeah. They have that bar that hangs out almost over I-4. I got him 2 hotel rooms there for him and his guy. And they drove up, and they had dinner with me, and they're like, "We're going home." I think you might have been there. Were you there at the dinner when AJ came to the house?
Yes.
I had like shrimp and champagne. I really pulled out all the stops for this guy. So he brought me this cigar, and he was like, "It's fucking creamy." I was just like, okay. And sure enough, man, this is the creamiest damn cigar you're going to smoke. It's got a Connecticut shade wrapper from Ecuador, which a lot of people don't know. He has crops that grow in Ecuador. And that's one of the things he asked me to pass on to you, is that it's not always good. Some of you have seen, I've posted some videos recently that they're not all good. We've had members pass away. Shout out to Derek Clark, rest in peace. You will be missed. We've downsized a little bit in some ways, and Clark left. I mean, you know, I don't want to say bragged, but I sure documented all of the wins, and I thought it would be really fraudulent of me not to document some of the losses. And so this is it. Privada is cigars, yes, but if you want to, you can also go on this journey with us, which is a bit of a business journey. It's a bit of a community journey, and it's just a documentation of what happens behind the scenes. And so I don't ever plan to stop giving you guys that. And so this cigar, the reason why I'm saying this is because he asked me, make sure you tell them. This is AJ talking to me. He said, make sure you tell them it's not all good. And I said, what do you mean? And he showed me in Ecuador, his farm there, a volcano had erupted and it destroyed an entire crop. There's millions of dollars in losses.
That's a crazy excuse to have, like fucking volcano. That's crazy.
It's not all good, you know? And so I think it's important now in this digital age where we have cameras in our pockets all the time to document it all, man. Let's keep it real, you know? No pun intended. So the thing I liked about this, this is this one. The thing I love about this cigar is how creamy, yet the retro gives you all the fullness you could possibly need. The rest of the tobacco he grew at his farm in Esteli. And this, I called it the cream of Connecticut because of the can art, which I'm a huge fan of this art. I really love this. And so this one's aged about 6 years, and it's a 5x50. And AJ's Connecticut's are my favorite cigars personally. So there's that. And then we finally have another story. And the story here is Guillermo Pena. I feel like Guillermo Pena has been pushed and pulled and put in many different circumstances. He makes the cigars for Paul Stulak. He makes the cigars for Stione and a few other brands. And he makes a fine product. And he's a small to medium factory. And he's a real Cuban guy that brought that heritage over to Nicaragua with him. You can also find him hanging out at a shop in Miami where he sells a lot of his cigars with no bands on them. And the guy is a really legit person in our industry, and he's someone to be respected. His factory has been renamed a number of times due to business dealings, and this is from when it was just the Guillermo Pena factory, and Paul Stulak introduced me to him. So I am proud that we were able to hold on to this so long. This is a 5-year aged cigar. So we got 5, 6, and 8. Holy cow! Where did they do that? What was that? What was that saying? Where did they do that? Who? I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm getting old. So, you know, where they do that at, okay? I don't know. If you can tell me, I'll buy from them too, because this is rare, cool stuff, and I'm just proud to be able to offer it to you guys and find it for you and age it for you, because it does make a big difference. Okay, last month in the LCA, these were our offerings. And I got such rave reviews on this Wraith, okay? And people want to know what it is. I can't ever tell you what the Wraith is. And it's not me being cute. It's really, really important to keep that trust with the factory so that they know that they can give me their best stuff. And I'm not going to, you know, rub it in the brand's face. I'm not going to tell people what it is. And the more trust I earn with that, the more I'm able to find us the blends that changed the industry. Wraith is a blend that changed the industry. It goes undisclosed. It had something to do with a time in cigars that changed something. And this blend did not fall short. It's also proof to me that these superior blends, it's not just timing. It's the cigar was better than most things and still is. And it's really cool to re-release that stuff. This dead stock that was aged 5 years, I got rave reviews on as well. The size, the whole thing for the price was just, it was undervalued. You can't find stuff like this you know, for these prices, and we're doing everything we can not to raise prices. Now, I've heard there will be 100% tariff on all products coming out of Nicaragua. That would be really, really bad for our industry. But it will finally make me a smart guy for having, you know, a couple million cigars in stock from Nicaragua. So, you know, I mean, I guess it would be good for us and terrible for the industry, which I don't like. I don't want to be the only guy that's, you know, winning. But just know that I'm not going to gouge you guys. I'm here to enjoy these cigars with you all. Yes, we need to make money for our time, all of us. But this is a love affair, man. And I've made plenty of fucking money. You know, this ain't about just the money. So we're going to do everything we can to keep prices as low as possible to keep you smoking the good stuff, okay? Moving on, let's jump into the LCA. Holy wow, look at that. It's like Davidoff like went street art, right? It's like, it's kind of Davidoff-y, but then it's kind of like pop art, but then it's also made by a young prince of our industry. AJ Fernandez is the king of cigars, the greatest of all time. Hands down, no one will argue that with you in my industry. Trust me on that, okay? This kid's a little prince, okay? He's a guy that worked for other factories and said, screw it. He had the balls to go out on his own, and I saw that, and I respected it. And because of that, I like to work with him when we can. And he is really talented at blending, and he's got a small factory out of his home, and I'm honored to be able to be the only person that has Raul Lanusa in this country. And that's really cool, man. And so it paves way for a next generation of cigar guys. I mean, he's in his 20s, okay? So there we have it. This is gravy. This is the boxed offering in LCA. This is a cool product, man, okay? Legendary status. Turducken. Come on, man. The band changed this year. How dope is that? Yeah, you got it, man. You got it, man. Turducken. Remember when, were you here for that? When Clark put the turkey and the chicken and the duck?
No.
No? Okay. That sucks. But nonetheless, it was an interesting endeavor. This cigar, may be our highest selling cigar, and it's sold out. So it's already sold out. So the shop's already bought as much of it as we have, and there will be no more. So if you can get your hands on that, I highly recommend it. This is what I said. This is your Thanksgiving morning cigar with your coffee or tea or whatever you're doing, right? Okay? After breakfast, before, whatever. This is it. This is a Maduro, also from Guillermo Pena. It is a beautiful Maduro. It's sweet. It reminds me of pumpkin spice latte. It's creamy. It's got some of those baker's spices. It's a very fall weather cigar. Perfect for a cool Thanksgiving morning. Then you move on to the meal and you have your turducken, okay? And the turducken is awesome. It's one of the few 60 ring gauges we put out. It's a San Andreas. It's AJ punching you in the face. And I don't want to give away too much, but the thing about the 60 ring gauge is it can offer you a more nuanced experience versus a 54 or a 52, which is going to be extremely full. This is still full enough, but you also get a little wafting air that allows your palate to open up to different nuanced flavors. And a lot of my Dominican smokers, that's their one gripe about Nicaragua. It's too full bodied. So, well, smoke a 60 ring gauge, smoke this 60 ring gauge, and I think you're going to have a much different experience that you're going to like. And so this is the meal, okay? And this is the leftovers, okay? This is the second helping. This is the late night, thinking about what you ate all day. Thanksgiving is probably my favorite day of the year. It's just awesome. You know, that's what a holiday should be. It's about cooking, not gifts, you know? And so that is our situation for Thanksgiving. Let's talk about something else that's exciting, okay? I love that logo. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Just a huge fan of this. Okay, let's talk about something else that's exciting. We're going into Backdoor Bonanza, and if you haven't been able to add Backdoor Bonanza to your cart, it's because it was sold out last month, okay? And this is 10 cigars for $75 that really you should not be able to get all of these cigars for $75. It's almost disrespectful. New Las Calaveras. This is the 2025, I guess. Okay. And again, this isn't about who are my friends. This is about good cigars. Churchill. What is this one? This is the Steve Saka, Dumbarton and Trust. This is the Sobra Mesa Maduro Churchill. Are you kidding me? Okay. Next, we have a limited edition Mr. Sinistro from Sinistro. Okay. I don't know why they made this, but there's a story behind it. I have my cigar one that I made with J.C. Newman. These are pretty much, I think, getting towards the last of them. This is a good cigar. The Rosé was my favorite out of the group. I have Cremo. My guys make a great Connecticut down there in Miami. I don't think they're thrilled with me at this point, but I still love them, and hopefully we'll work together again someday. I got Decenio from AJ. This is the new from AJ, and it is a banger, banger, banger. Okay? We have Stock from CAO. Okay? This is the club that competes with all the other clubs. It blows them out of the water, though. Okay? And so I wanted to have, and Brian's Box was supposed to be that, but Brian's Box has turned into what I want to smoke. I'm revisiting things from our collection. I'm picking up brands that I've never really smoked before, and I wanted to. This Backdoor Bonanza is more to compete with the other traditional Cigar of the Month clubs. This is the AJ Fernandez Brazil, and it is the Dias de Gloria. I mean, these are all like $14, $13, $15, $18 cigars, okay? This is the Reserva from Rojas, okay? It's got that Especial tobacco in it, and it is fantastic. It was in the club recently, and so I wanted to smoke it again because I just love it. I have the Black Market Filthy Hooligan for 2025. Just felt right for the fall weather, okay? I have, that's it. So those 10 cigars are $75.
That's a great deal.
I'm just saying thank you to my people, man. I don't know what's going to happen with these tariffs, but I'm just thrilled to be able to do this right now, okay? All right, moving on. What do we have? We have Brian's Box. Brian's Box this month. Okay, let's learn something here real quick, though. Let's not just look at cigars, right? So let's learn something. What can I teach you? Okay. So the tobacco in this cigar, this was made by Rojas. Okay, there is a Especial tobacco in the fillers. You guys know what I mean. But most of Rojas's wrappers and a lot of these different wrappers in these different commercial companies come from a family called the Oliva tobacco growing family out of Tampa. Do not confuse them with the Oliva Cigar Company. They are not the same family. This family has been growing and selling tobacco, not cigars, but tobacco. They also own a factory that used to make the Quorum cigars, okay, and now makes a lot of Steve Saka's cigars. They're one of the major sources of Connecticut broadleaf. They have farms all over Honduras. They were one of the first people in Nicaragua. In fact, there was a guy that worked there, Frank Yanessa. Remember, we had that shipment that we weren't supposed to have of the broadleaf. We put that out. That was a fantastic cigar. Frank Yanessa was a part of the basically their company with this Oliva, Angel Oliva and John Oliva Sr. and Jr. These are great people that grow a lot of our industry's very famous tobacco. And so I'm telling you this because Frank Yanessa and I think Oliva Senior, Oliva, what was his name? The senior, I forget, but Angel Oliva and man, I can't believe it, but and Frank Yanessa, they went down to Nicaragua to look at after the embargo to look at land. They heard it was good soil, so they went down there. And you had to take horseback. There was no roads to Esteli back then. So they took horseback, okay? It was a very grueling, this is, you're getting malaria and all types of stuff, okay? They got to Jalapa on horseback. They saw the red soil. They said, holy shit, this is like Cuba. And they were able to grow a wrapper there over time that Frank Yanessa thought was the best wrapper, even in competition with Cuba, that he'd ever smoked. Today, I think a lot of those farms are owned by Aganorsa, and they have some of the best tobacco in our industry. There's no doubt about that. So these are great things. I want you to learn as you have these cigar experiences, because it will make the experience better, I promise you, okay? And so let's get into Brian's box this month, okay? Brian's box is the Don Toy Rack. This was in the club about a year or two ago. I want to smoke it now. It's a Dominican cigar. This guy's good friends with Eladio, and this is a cool band. He's an artist. He's a really nice guy, this Toy Rack guy. And this was a very good Dominican cigar. If you like Dominican tobacco, even if you don't like Dominican tobacco, I think you're going to enjoy this. This is a good Baker's Spices. It's a little traditional, but then it also goes off into it's a little more on the gentle side, but really a nice cigar. Okay, next on the list is from Raul Lanusa. This is something I wanted to see. This scored a 94 or something on Cigar Public at one point, or 92. And this is the Toro version. I wanted to see how it's aging. It was in the LCA about 9 months ago, and I wanted to check this out, okay? And then lastly, I have the Jopito. This is a $30 cigar. I put it in Brian's box because I want to say thank you to the people that are supporting Brian's box. It's a great way to get to see how things are aging and just kind of check in on cigars in general. And this uses Mirab Fel African Cameroon, the real deal. Learning moment. Most of you that smoke Cameroon cigars on the open market are not actually getting African Cameroon, okay? A lot of what they call Cameroon it's Cameroon seed, but it's grown in Ecuador. So it's not the same, okay? In order to have real Cameroon, you have to grow it in Cameroon, Africa. And the wrapper is really small, so you can only do so much with it. So we took it to about the max we could, which was a 6x46. The Mirab Fel family came out with their own cigars a couple of years ago, and they sell for $80 a piece. This sells for $30 a piece. It's the most expensive wrapper in our industry, and we were honored and lucky to get it. We were able to get it because of the Kellner family, the people who built Dominican Davidoff, and it's made in Jopito Kellner's honor. And it's really just a phenomenal cigar that is aging so well. I wanted to share it with you because I had one the other day and I was like, wow, they need to have this. So there's that. And then we have our Vintage Reserva, which I'm not sure you can buy on the website anymore. This is a really good cigar we made with some of the best Corojo tobacco in our industry. And this is Christian Iroa giving us his best stuff. It's been aged now 3 years. I have enough boxes that I'm storing to save for a 5-year anniversary of this cigar, releasing the cigar with 5 years of age on it. I got 2 more years to go, and I wanted to check in on how that's aging. Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool project, man. I'm lucky to be able to do this stuff. So, we're lucky to be able to see the results of this stuff. No one else is putting this much time, energy, and money into this thing. And I just say that because I just want you to understand how special it is to me, and I hope that that transfers to your experience. Okay, lastly, so we went over Privada Club. That is the cans of soup, the soup cans, okay? So farm roll this month is, I got a Dominican Chico Rivas, Connecticut. This is an awesome cigar. Really proud to be able to offer this to you guys. This has about 7 years age on it. Chico goes nuts with the aging like I do. Okay, I have a Blackbird cigar. This is a fantastic, fantastic cigar. It's gonna knock your socks off. It's got about 2 years age on it. Both of those are Toros. Then I have 2 6x46s. Okay, one comes out of the factory in Nicaragua, Joya de Nicaragua. How I got it, don't even ask, okay? It had something to do with Matt Booth back in the day, and it turned into something else. All right, and then lastly, I have something from our favorite farm in Peru. It is a Peruvian puro, and dude, who's got that? And so that's farm rolled. This is a very exotic farm rolled. It covers an expanse of places and factories, and I'm super happy about this month in farm rolled. I'm gonna go smoke those myself. So there's that. And then, is there anything else that I'm missing?
Oh man.
No?
I didn't know if you were gonna top that. What was that big bag called again?
The Backdoor.
The bag, yeah. You topped it, dude.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I love listen, I never got along with this guy from Tatuaje, but I've always loved his branding, and that's been always part of the contention is like, yo, dude, I like your stuff. I want to support your stuff. Why are you like blocking me from doing it? But whatever. And so, but I love his branding. And so when I see those in there, I'm like, damn, that's pretty cool. I like Saka's branding too. Like the Backdoor is all about the branding for me because it's other people making the products for the most part. And these are, guys who are like creme de la creme in our industry. So it's really cool to see what they do. But next month, I'm going to top it even further. So we're losing money on that one, but it's okay because it's okay. It's all like a balance, right? And so I just want to like fucking like show off in that one. And I'm enjoying that. And very few people are in that club, believe it or not. Most people that come here aren't looking for what they can buy elsewhere. They're looking for what they can only get here. And that's awesome. And so I just want to kind of do it all, right? So that's it. I'll pay you in cigars, Johnny. So there we have it. Is there anything else that we want to talk about? I don't think so, man. LCA is going so well. We have an announcement coming up soon that I think is going to really kind of wow people. And that's it. Enjoy the cigars. I love you guys. Please watch Masterclass. It's on our website, our new website. Check it out. Masterclass is so important for you to understand. If you watch that, you'll be more knowledgeable about tobacco than most tobacconists. So, peace in the Middle East.